Welcome to the other side of the highway. You're now on Oaks Avenue, and I hope you enjoy your stay and come back again. And I hope you're having a good day too, because I know we are. How's your day going, bro?
Man's good.
Are you?
Yeah, that was a nice intro, man.
Oh, yeah, it's not bad, right?
Yeah.
Took a few tries.
Yeah, a good few tries, but
there was a bit of a stumble, but I'll let it pass, bro. I'm not gonna dwell on that.
I think that'll be chilled.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So your day's going good?
Yeah, man. Having a good weekend.
Good
like
stuff.
a long weekend.
Yeah. I mean, I'm also having a good day, I must say, because it's a Sunday, but I don't have the Sunday blues. I don't know if you have that, but I know I do. Okay. Well, not as much as I used to, but I used to, I used to get the Sunday blues quite badly because, and I'll tell you why. Like, I remember just before I started working, my uncle once told me, like, the worst day for him is not a Monday. It's actually a Sunday.
Wow.
And for me, it was always Monday was the worst day. But for him, he said, you know what? The worst day is a Sunday, not a Monday. Because on Sunday, that's when you're thinking, like, that's when you start going back into reality. So, you know, you're thinking about, oh yeah, no, tomorrow I need to wake up early. I need to go to bed at a certain time. So that kind of puts stress on you a little bit.
Yeah, it's also it's the end of an era. It's like the end. It's a transitional phase between from your weekend. I don't know if you've ever read up or if you follow any of those pages that like to talk about liminal spaces.
Sounds familiar.
Basically, so liminal space can be a variety of things, but like it's usually something that's very full of movement and energy. That is now like empty. So think about like a school playground at night when there's no kids around.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't know if you ever went to school for like a function or something and you went to the bathroom and while you're kind of walking around the halls, you kind of look around and you're like, wow, this place is like very creepy when it's empty.
No.
So I think that's what Sunday can also be. It's like,
it's liminal space. That's what they call it.
Yeah, it's a liminal space. It's where everything was like there was everyone around joining, everyone's having a fun time. Now on Sunday, everyone's, you know, maybe tired from the weekend, everyone's quiet, everything goes quiet.
Yeah.
And you have to kind of start getting ready for your Monday vibes.
I think Sunday is a bit creepy. It's a creepy day. A lot of people don't think. Have you ever like just been outside on a Sunday and the atmosphere is just different? Compared to any other day. So
I get exactly what you mean.
Yeah. Well, what's your favorite day though?
I must say, I think my favorite day must be Saturday. A lot of people say it's Friday because that's the beginning of a weekend, but obviously I still have to work Saturday mornings. But you know, like just after I hit that 2:00 on a Saturday mark, then
it's on.
Yeah, and I do also really. I mean, I know you were talking about why you don't like Sundays, but Sunday comes in a close second for me. I get to sleep in. People usually aren't making too many plans and kind of relax.
Yeah,
but this is my favorite kind of Sunday.
Oh, dude, it's a long weekend. Tomorrow, no work.
Oh, man.
And I love it because, like, there was a point, like, in the beginning of the year, like, the long, well, not even the long holiday, but the holidays were dry. Like, we weren't getting any holidays in the beginning. And I think the first one was last week.
Yeah, on a Thursday, man. It was very weird, dude.
On a freaking Thursday, bro.
On a Thursday.
Was that? Oh, no. That was I almost said it was at St. Patrick's Day.
Nah,
that was on a Sunday.
No, we don't take... in Ireland, they do. They take...
Oh, yeah, we don't take it that seriously.
They take a full long weekend. They take Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah. But no, so you enjoy... you enjoy Sundays is what you say.
I do, man. I do.
Well, what do you think of 3-day long weekends?
What, you're talking about the 4-day work week?
Yeah. So 4 days you're at the office, 3 days is a weekend. So from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, that's a weekend.
That does sound interesting. And I think anyone who works would love that situation.
Yeah. And what I feel is like at some point, I feel in the future, maybe in the near future, people are going to be looking at us and going, I can't believe they actually used to work. They used to work 5 days a week and only rest for 2 days. Because, like, if you think about it, weekends weren't always a thing. There was a point in history where people worked for 7 days a week, I think.
That's insane.
That's insane, right?
Yeah.
So maybe people are going to be looking at us in the future thinking, that's insane.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
But yeah, so do you know why we have a weekend? It's so that we can spend money.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because if you think about it, the markets and stuff, like, people weren't making as much money because if everyone's always working, people aren't out spending money.
Oh,
think about if you had a bar, say, people aren't going to spend as much money all time at your bar knowing that they have to be at work tomorrow. When they have a weekend, they know that they don't have to be up for anything. They can stay at your bar all night drinking. You probably make a lot more money on a Saturday or on a Friday than you do any other day of the week.
So we basically not supposed to be resting.
Yeah, we're supposed to be spending our money.
Yeah.
Is what we're supposed to be doing. Yeah,
that's the only reason why we have weekends. It's so that we can spend, not so that we can rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Oh, man. And you know what? Like, the only reason I enjoy holidays is because of that rest, not because it's a holiday. Like, you know, some people love
making plans, man.
Yeah, I'm home. I'm in Joburg on Easter.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere, bro.
Yeah, no. So I know a lot of people, they like to go away.
Yeah.
Of the long weekend, which is sometimes nice, but yeah, I don't do it a lot either.
Yeah.
I prefer to use the rest, bro. Just chill in the bed.
Exactly.
But it's interesting you bring up the 4-day work week. I think they did a study somewhere in Europe, one of the European countries, where they implemented the 4-day work week and they ran the numbers, and it came out that the company was actually more productive during the time that they did the 4-day work week. But I have a small theory around that. It's like, me as an employee, if I found out that they want to find out if it'll be a good idea to do a 4-day work week, during that test time, I'm going to work really hard.
Yeah.
Because I want them to implement that 4-day work week.
Actually,
so I think running that test, I think made people go, well, maybe if this works out, then we get our 4-day work week. And then they work at a much faster pace.
Yeah.
Very loud car.
Distraction.
Very loud distraction there.
It's so weird because the car just drove past and he was driving so slowly. Yeah.
But yeah, so I think those test results don't really show properly, you know, because I don't know if about you, but when we started working from home during COVID, it was before the lockdown, actually, because at work, it wasn't mandatory for businesses to do this yet. But at my work, they said, guys, listen, we're going to try something. We're going to let you guys work from home. We're going to do these morning calls and everything.
Yeah.
And what I did, like, to show that, because I wanted to work from home, and like, it was a bit unheard of to be working from home.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, working from home, I worked so hard. Like, I pushed out a lot of stuff each day, you know, like I made sure I got a lot of things done. Yeah. But obviously as time progressed, and then it became mandatory that everyone had to either work from home or can't go to work during the lockdown. Yeah, things started to fall a bit by the wayside, I'll say. I kind of just went into my natural, normal work habits.
Yeah, of course. Like we all do.
Yeah, which become worse, I think, when you're at home. For me, it is. Like, I do not like working from home. I get given the option to 1 day a week, and those days I still decide to go into the office.
I think maybe for me, it would be better if I started work around like 10 a.m.
Yeah.
That would work for me. I think I would be...
Dude, yeah. So for me, I'm definitely not a morning person,
Okay.
and like it doesn't matter what time I decide to go to sleep.
Yeah.
I do not want to wake up early. And early for me, it's not early. Yeah, 7:30 for me is very early to be
Yeah, that
waking
is
up.
early.
I hate it.
But I don't get morning people, right?
Yeah.
Like some people are actually, and I don't know, I wouldn't say I'm a morning person. During the week, when I have to wake up and go to work, I could use an extra maybe 2 hours of sleep. And then when it's like, Saturday, when I can sleep in, I wake up at 6:30.
Yeah, because you've also
Like-
ingrained in habit. You've ingrained a habit of waking up early now throughout the week, and now that it's weekend and you can't sleep in, your body clock still just.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, dude. I don't get it. But yeah, and I'm not a morning person at all. But on Saturdays, I guess I am. And I also wanted to ask, like, did you ever, like, you had a job where you started at 10 a.m., I think?
Yeah, well, it's the same job I have now, except they've changed the hours now back to
Okay,
8:30. But
Yeah.
yeah, we used to start at 10 a.m. and it was awesome. Like I used to go out. Well, I was a bit younger then. I used to go out every night.
Yeah.
Now also it was like my first proper job. So now I had a salary that I could
Yeah.
go out drinking and stuff. And I would be 100% in the office.
10
at-
a.m.
Yeah, 10 a.m. I was sharp. And then they I remember when they changed it to 9:30, I was infuriated. They brought it back half an hour early. And then when I left to Cape Town, I came back to rejoin the company. They were like, oh yeah, it's 8:30 now.
Oh,
And
man.
I was just,
Oh. Why did they bring it back, though?
they had a vote. People didn't like finishing so late. For me, I feel like I become the most productive in my day is probably around about 11 o'clock, 11:30. From there after, everything, I go hard. And then sometimes it's like I realize it's 5:30 and I'm like, I could have pushed on past that, but obviously you don't get paid for that. So I would prefer, they're called flexi hours. So there's some companies, they kind of, as long as you know what your deadlines are, as long as you, or some places they say as long as you reach your deadlines, we don't care about your time. Or some places they say as long as you work 8 hours a day. So you can rock up at 3 o'clock if you want in the afternoon, but then you're going to have to work 8 hours from there.
I could do that.
I could do it as well.
But it might cause, some complications when you work with other people.
Yeah, for sure.
We're in the marketing space. We kind of work together sometimes. So not always, but there are certain moments where you need someone in order to get your job done.
Yeah. I mean, the way I'd counter that is meetings. Just have meetings with people and follow-ups about what's going on. And just make sure each part of a task has a deadline.
Okay.
So people...
Time.
Yeah, because then at least if I decide to start at 3, it wouldn't make sense if I had a deadline at 2.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, I guess also it's quite, unfortunate that they took away that 10 o'clock, starting day for you, because I'm sure you used to enjoy it, especially because you would miss traffic.
Yeah.
Having to go to, because you don't own a driver's license.
I do not own a driver's license.
You would catch an Uber, which is actually quite shocking, dude. How are you able to survive without one? Especially because you have the option to have a driver's license and have a car. I understand if you don't have that option, but you have it and you choose not to.
Yeah, man. So I've only I don't like driving so much, but I've only ever really driven when, the person who usually drives is too obliteratedly drunk or something.
I'm surprised you can drive. I thought you can't.
No, I can.
Oh.
Not very well, though.
Okay.
Not great. Like, sometimes I'm even like, maybe we have a better chance if this drunk person drove us home instead of me. But okay. I did. I ran, like, in our office, I asked everyone how much I think how much they spend on owning a car. So that's paying for petrol every day. Well, basically, what do they spend on transport? And what transport is their car.
Yeah.
So that's petrol, that's maintenance, that's insurance. And I compared it to how much I spend on Uber a month, and it's a lot less. I spend a lot less than most people. And it's not like Bolt and Uber aren't like available in most places. Back a while ago, then we used to have to use maxi taxis and stuff like that, which
And those are
then
metered
I would
taxis,
definitely have gotten my license during that
Oh,
time.
yeah, actually.
Yeah, I was, but I think because of Uber, it's given me the opportunity to not need to drive.
Yeah, I think Uber really helped us out in that sense, because there are times where maybe my car's not available for whatever reason, and I'll just, catch an Uber. So it's, instead of catching a taxi, because that's like a minibus taxi. That's another option, which I stay away from.
You don't smoke minibus taxis.
No. I mean, I have been in a taxi before, but it's not the preferred mode of transport for me and a lot of people. Like most people who use taxis, they do it because they have to. Let's be honest.
Yeah, true.
I would much rather use a bus than a taxi. Like,
man.
Most people.
Or train, dude. Train sounds
Or a train,
awesome.
yeah.
A lot of people catch the Gautrain.
Yeah. I actually, there was a point in time where I would take the train to work in order to not be stuck in traffic.
You used to catch the Gautrain?
Yeah, I used to catch the Gautrain, and then I'll catch one bus. And that was fine for me, bro. Like, it was very smooth. I would not have to worry about traffic. I loved it, dude.
That sounds...
Yeah, but you are an Uber guy 24/7, which
I've been in a lot of people's cars, man.
Yeah. So you learn to be a good person, because no one's gonna give you a ride.
Basically, I have a very sterling rating on both Bolt and Uber. I've got 5 stars.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because if you have I know people that they like to argue with their drivers and stuff like that. And once you start getting a low rating on that thing, and you see a high rated driver, if he sees someone's got a 3 now, I understand people rating people less than 5. I always rate 5 stars on Ubers. I understand that it'll be more common that an Uber driver would get less than a 5-star review than a person. Yeah, because I feel like if I was a driver and I picked someone up and the person just kept quiet the whole way, was on their phone or saying, and I dropped them off, I have no reason to give them less than 5 stars. Yeah. So if you have less than 5 stars on Uber or Bolt, that means you cause cuck.
Yeah.
You can only be an annoying person to have a very low Bolt score.
Well, I mean, sometimes you can, unintentionally cause cuck. I make small talk sometimes. Maybe I should be minding my business because he doesn't want to talk. So.
No, a lot of the time they do. They don't mind talking. But,
no.
I think some people, they just mean. They'll be mean to the driver, or
you have too much time on your hands. I suppose you do because you're in an Uber, but
exactly.
I've never had a reason
need to drive.
Yeah. Have you ever had a bad experience in an Uber?
I've had arguments.
Jeez, what?
Yeah, but not because of me. Well, so I've had it where I've ordered an Uber and the guy just wasn't coming, and I cancelled, and I ordered another one, and then that guy came and picked me up, and then the guy that I cancelled rocked up at the same time. And they started arguing. He started arguing with me, like tuning me for cancelling. I was like, bro, you weren't moving. And he was like, no, the app was glitching. And I was like, I don't know what to do. But I also...
Well, that's Uber's fault, the app.
Yeah,
not him, not you. It's the app's fault. So they have
he was getting upset with me, though. I don't know why.
Oh, sorry, buddy. I'm not getting in your Uber. I'm getting in his.
He's got the nicest seats here.
Or you just make a choice. Like, who's got a better car here?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But I do catch Bolt.
Yeah.
rather than Uber. It's just cheaper sometimes.
Okay.
It varies, but
Why
problem
is
with Bolt,
cheaper?
their cars are questionable sometimes. Like the cars look quite beaten up a lot of the time, which I don't care. I'm just
okay.
getting to work.
Yeah.
But yeah, the main problem with Bolt is a few stories about sexual harassment and stuff like that. It mainly happens with females, obviously.
Oh, geez, Bolt, you have to get to the bottom of that.
Well, so what it is Uber checks your background. They make sure you don't have a criminal record. If you have a criminal record, you can't drive for Uber.
Yeah.
With Bolt. And this is funny because I was in a Bolt the other day. And I said to the guy, I was like, so do you drive for Uber and Bolt, or do you just strictly drive for Bolt? And he was like,
Small talk.
yeah, small talk. Just making small talk.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, I actually beat up my friend a few months ago, so I can't drive for Uber. And I was like, wait, what? And he was like, yeah, I've got a criminal record for beating up my friend.
Well, he said it twice, actually. Like, I beat up my friend in case you didn't catch it.
In case you didn't catch that, yeah. And that was when I was like, oh, so you can't drive for Uber, but for what? He said, yeah, Bolt doesn't check for that.
Oh.
Which is very interesting. And it's also why I think...
Geez, okay. Well, that's good to know. Now,
how they vet their drivers, exactly.
What? Okay.
So that's one of the things.
Yeah.
But like, it also, that's why there was all that violence. Remember when Uber first came here? And,
yeah.
And it was the maxi taxis and stuff that got very angry because they could not get a job driving for Bolt. For Uber, because they all had criminal records, and those guys those guys were scraps, man. They would like, they would pick you up. They won't even run their meter. They will take you to where you need to be, and then they'll be like, "Oh, it's going to cost you $300," and you're like, "But you didn't even run the meter," so they're just making up money. And sorry, so the one time my friend even said to him, he said, "Oh, what would happen if I were to just leave right now?" And the dude leaned down and showed him he had like a whole thing of batons and stuff like that. And he was like, "I will catch you, bro."
I can run faster than you, I'm sure. You'll have to try to catch me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, well, he's in a car. You're not.
Oh, wait, was he still driving the car?
Yeah. He was just explaining to him.
Stopped.
No. He was just explaining to him.
Jeez, man. Yeah, he's a scrap. Like, I'm glad that. I mean, what happened to them? Are they still operating? Do you know?
So they're very much they're by the airport by OR Tambo.
Yeah. Because that's the only place where I've ever seen them.
Yeah, and you'll see that even a lot of the time Uber drivers, they don't want to drop you at the drop-off point by the airport because they get attacked a lot.
Okay. Yeah, dude, I didn't have much experience with that, but I mean, it sounds like the taxi industry a little bit.
I know.
They're like I don't know if I'd say maybe a lighter version of the taxi industry, because taxis are also the same. I knew a guy that I was working with, and he used to pick up people right at a certain spot. So these are guys that he knows.
Yeah, his friends.
Yeah, his friends. Yeah, so they would travel together. And he had a car, they didn't. So he'd meet them at a certain point, and one day there were taxi drivers there at that that spot where he used to pick them up. And they stopped him. They were like, "Hey, what are you doing? Why did this guy just get into your car?" And he's like, "Oh, no, we travel together every day." And he's like, "No, those people are supposed to be using a taxi. What are they doing in your car?" You know?
Jeez.
So, yeah, that whole thing happened, and then they took that guy's keys. The guy who was traveling with those people.
Yeah.
They took his keys and they were like, you need to pay us 300 Rand in order for us to give you back your keys.
Really?
Yeah.
So they
they
felt like he was stealing clients that they didn't even have.
Yeah, exactly. So they're like, these are our clients. What you're doing is wrong. So we're going to confiscate.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to pay us 300.
That is insane, man.
Yeah, dude. I mean, the taxi industry, I feel like they need to be formalized. I hate the fact that when you get on a taxi and you sit in the front seat, you have to pay. I mean, you have to count the money that
Oh
everyone.
man,
That is the worst bloody.
I remember that was like because I used to catch taxi to and from Parktown Boys,
Yeah.
and it was just so much quicker and cheaper than catching the actual school bus.
Oh, you did it by choice.
Yeah, I did a bunch of. No,
Yeah.
we had a school bus,
Yeah.
but that was like I think 15 to 20 rand a trip.
Oh,
I think
geez.
taxi back then was like maybe 10, 12 rand.
Yeah. Oof,
And
yeah.
it got us there very quickly.
Yeah.
And they were usually quite cool with us. I think especially with school kids, they're usually quite good. Like if the
Yeah.
taxi was empty, he would be like, "Oh, it's fine. I will take you to the school." And you used to drop us off at the actual school instead of just getting off at a normal stop.
Mm.
Um,
Oh, that's nice.
It was a running prank if you with someone at school and it's like their first time catching taxi. You show them, you tell them, go sit in the front, dude. It's the best seat.
Well, I mean, it should
and
be.
then you guys, and then when you're sitting in the front, then you have to count all the
Ooh.
money. Oh
Boy.
man, and it gets confusing, bro, because you got like
Yeah. I mean, at 10 rand, okay, I can do it.
yeah, but when it's like 12 rand,
12
which because I remember it
11.
went up to like 12 rand. With 10 rand, that's easy because you know that like if someone gives you a 50,
Yeah.
you're gonna give them 40. But
Yeah.
sometimes you got people that will give you like a 200 rand note and they'll say for one.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
then another person's going to hand through like a 50 rand note and he's going to say that's for two.
Mm.
And it just gets, if you want to get really good at maths very quickly, sit in the front of
Sit
a
in the
taxi.
front, like, that's good practice.
Mm.
I think I could do like 6. I would struggle because my 6 times tables were not very good. I was good. I always struggled with 6 times table in primary school and 8 times table.
Really?
Yeah, 6 and 8.
For me, it was 7, dude. I don't know.
7
7
is
is such an odd number.
really. I've always been good with 7.
Mm.
7 and 9 was the easiest for me.
Yeah, 9.
Yeah, I had a method. Like when you write, you start off with 9.
Yeah.
And then you write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on one side, and then on the other side you go 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's basically your 9 times table. So it's 9, 18, 27, 36. So if you read the numbers on this side, it's 9, 8, 7, and then the numbers on this side are 1, 2, 3, 4. It's so simple, bruh.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, we're going into maths, right?
No, I wish they taught me that. Though.
Oh, dude,
I never
that-
got taught that trick.
That helped me. Like it made it very easy for me. And
So I just want. Oh yeah, my mic is working.
yeah, yours is with mine
Okay.
too. Oh, because
Cool.
he's a bit far, you like.
Yeah, I think I need to speak closer to.
Yeah. Which other one? I think 12 was okay until like a certain point.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But after 12,
I think 12 times after 12 times 10, then I got a little bit lost.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, same. That's where I was like, I'm not sure.
But it is weird that they taught us our times tables up to 12.
Hmm. I wonder why 12. Why
Yeah.
not 10? Sounds like it would make more sense to stop at 10.
Or even 20.
Yeah.
Because then you got more knowledge about like what 17 and 15.
We would, if we stopped at 20, we would actually be, a lot better in taxi maths.
Yeah, exactly. We'd be thriving on those taxis.
How
yeah.
much is a trip in a taxi these days?
It's probably like 15, but I
probably
remember
close to 20.
when I was in school, it was always a weird odd number. Like it'll be like
7.
8 rand
Oof.
or 11 rand or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, but bro, listen, I feel like our public transport in general has to be upgraded. Starting with taxis. If there's maybe a way for, I don't know if the government can get involved. I don't know if they're ever going to do anything, but they can get involved where they work together with the taxi drivers to get them buses. That will fix, the traffic issue, because that's another issue people don't really, talk about. Like, traffic is horrible, dude.
Yeah, traffic is horrendous.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you know about what Via Via bus is.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And basically they have their own lane, so they don't They
Yeah.
don't get stuck in traffic. But the problem is then taxis.
Mostly.
literally,
Oh, dude.
taxis literally just start using those lanes and they start blocking the buses.
Yeah.
So it is, I think, in other countries, and I think South Africa, before Uber and Bolt came out, like you
Yeah.
would have definitely had to get a license.
yeah.
In a lot of countries in Europe, a lot of people don't drive. A lot of people don't have their licenses.
They use
in South-
transport.
In South Africa, it's
They use trains to go to another country. That was the most mind-blowing thing I heard. Like if you live in Portugal or wherever, you can take a train to maybe the neighboring country, and then from there go to another neighboring country. Like that's how they travel.
yeah, man. We went on a school Europe trip, and
Yeah.
we went from Germany to France on a train.
Mind-blowing.
Yeah, it was so cool, dude. My
yeah.
dad actually, there's a story of my dad and his brother. They were drinking a bit the one night in England,
Mm.
and they decided for whatever reason. So it was probably like 2:00, 2:30 in the morning. They were like, let's go have breakfast in France.
At 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah, and they went and they hopped on the fucking train,
Yeah.
and they went and had breakfast in France. And my dad said it was
Wow.
such a stupid decision he's ever made, because he had places he needed to be afterwards and everything. And I think when you're drunk, it sounds like a great idea, but then when you start becoming sober and you're like, oh my god, we're actually in France at the moment. We need to get home.
I see where you get it from. Yeah, dude. Oh, man. But dude, I think also in other countries, it's very strict. People follow the law more. Like, I remember when I was in Brazil, something that I noticed is that, like, so they have bicycle lanes and pedestrian lanes everywhere.
Yeah.
And dude, if you're a pedestrian, you must not, even though they're next to each other, you must not go onto the bicycle lane, or else they will swear at you or something.
Yeah,
They take it seriously.
It happened to me, I think, in Germany, where
Yeah.
I think I just kept walking because it just looked like a place you can walk in. Yeah. And the amount of times I just got shouted at by Germans. You know how scary it is being shouted at
By
in German.
Joseph!
Get off the bike lane! Very sturdy, very angry.
You schnitzel Nazi. Sorry. No, oh, jeez. You're not allowed to say Nazi, I think, in Germany.
I don't know. Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. But yeah, bro. I keep doing the same thing because we're South African, bro. Like, we don't
Yeah,
know this
dude.
stuff.
Like, yeah. I don't know if you see in South Africa, like fucking anything you can walk on, dude.
Oh,
The amount
jeez,
of people the amount of road accident deaths in South Africa, and the amount of it that's actually contributed by pedestrians walking in the road.
Ooh,
I
man.
think it's more deaths caused by car accidents are people getting hit in the road. And I'm not saying that's pedestrians' fault, because it could be a drunk driver or something, but I think a lot of the time it is the way people just walk in the road, how they feel.
Well, they don't really, I don't know, man. Like, for example, I don't think you're allowed to even walk on the highway. I think it's illegal,
Yeah, it is.
but people do it anyway. And they don't like to walk next to the highway is illegal. So, but people do it anyway. And like, sometimes you find people crossing the highway and,
Yeah.
and then you're like, geez, bruh.
Yeah, it's wild if you go to like Northwest or something and you're on a really long road and you notice like there's fuck all next to you and you see someone walking and it just makes you think they must be walking from far, man.
To end up there.
Yeah.
They're hitchhiking. Actually, people do that. People hitchhike.
I wouldn't say.
I met a guy who was from somewhere in Mpumalanga. He walked and he ended up in Benoni. Yeah.
Just hitchhiking.
Yeah. And he's a homeless guy. So he was just,
Yeah, there's a lot of those people in America, they basically live by just traveling around. They have like no destination. They're just like going from place to place, and
yeah, you seem like that kind of. Yeah. But yeah, dude, I just think our public transport system needs to be upgraded. I think there even is a like bicycle lanes even here. Like I've seen them in parts.
I've seen them in some places,
but people don't respect us.
Yeah, no,
as much as they do in.
I did want to start when I got my bicycle and I was cycling quite a lot. I wanted to start cycling to work, but
yeah,
I was even like catching an Uber and I was watching the routes and everything, and I was like, this actually just wouldn't be fucking safe for me to do, dude. Like I will get hit off my bike.
Yeah.
So
yeah. No, of course, people don't really, think about it until you're on a bicycle or until you're walking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, but also there in Europe, like I've seen people on scooters going to work, like not a scooter, like those scooters that you those those little scooters that you kick with your foot. And it was the weirdest thing ever. I saw like a dude wearing a business suit.
Wow.
This was in France, and he was on a little push scooter on his way to the office.
Wow.
I don't think I would do that though. If I had the option between a bicycle, I mean, I just think it looks really lame.
It does.
I mean, a skateboard would be less practical. But it would look a lot cooler.
I would, what I would get? I would get an electric bicycle.
Those things.
I want one, dude. Actually,
dude. So in Ireland, they have basically you go and you just take one of the bikes. It's like in a rack. I think you have to tag it with your card or something so it knows that you have it. Oh. And basically, first half an hour is free.
Okay.
So, but what you can do is you can plan your routes because they have a lot of them around. So you take it and say you're riding for more than half an hour. If you're close to another bay, you just go and you tag it in, and then you get your next half an hour and you can carry on. And some of them, they will have electric bikes. But I don't think that system would work very well here in South Africa.
No, I doubt it.
All those boxes.
Hey, listen, that's basically like I don't know if there's a minister of transport. There is. There's a minister of everything. So.
Yeah, there's a minister of transport, dude.
There's a minister for everything. So, I mean, we're just giving you ideas right now, hey?
Yeah, come on, bro.
Come on, bro. Do something. But yeah, dude. Just upgrade the transport system. Some of these things, the train, we don't even have trains anymore. But the train,
we got the Gautrain.
We do. Yeah.
But our usual train system, fucked.
So the train could reduce traffic by a lot. Buses also could reduce traffic by a lot. Like you'll get people who would rather prefer to use public transport. That if it's good, people will use public transport.
Definitely.
Compared to buying a car. I mean, you have just established that you don't need a driver's license.
Never gonna happen.
I doubt you are, bro. Honest, like I can't imagine. I think at some point you might get one.
No.
You might want to settle down, start a family. Imagine.
I don't think that's gonna happen. But I think definitely. I think even if the problem with traffic now is also that it comes from trains. Our train system not working. So we used to transport coal and everything using trains. Now we got trucks on the highway.
Oof. And they are like the bane of my existence. I swear, dude. Road rage. That's when I get there.
They're not even doing anything wrong. They're just doing their job. They're not like taxis cutting in front of people.
No. But it's just driving behind the truck.
But they are so slow, and overtaking is also scary.
Yeah, true.
But I do think you're right. If we upgraded our public transport system.
Yeah.
Because I also know the people in the office that catch taxi, they usually in by like 7:30 because they have to leave home at like 6:30 or something.
Yeah.
And if they decide to leave at a different time, they get so caught in traffic that they will end up being like half an hour to an hour late.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely think
It would really make life a lot easier for everybody on the road. But yeah, dude, I think we can end it off here.
we can end it off here.
We can go to Jolly's.
Thank you for coming to Oaks Avenue.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
coming to Oaks Avenue.
Yeah, man.
We will be heading to Jolly's for a half-price pizza.
Hey, I'm excited about that. That's always we like to wrap, our Sundays like that. Go to Jolly's, get a pizza for half price.
Yeah, if you sit upstairs, you get the sunset.
Oh man,
It's always cool.
We have a really nice sunset up there. But yeah. Let's end it off there. Thank you guys very much, man. Awesome. Cheers. We'll see you next time.